So let's just get to the point here. Today we're making a recipe that is comfort food at its best and truly one of my biggest weaknesses ever. We're talking crispy grilled cheese sandwiches. Now this is not your typical grilled cheese, this is the next level in greatness. We're talking a beautiful crispy exterior with melted cheese in the inside, and we're going to serve them next to a very simple tomato sauce to take things to the next level. Folks, not only is this recipe very easy to make, but it's made with very basic ingredients and it's the perfect dish for any meal of the day. Let's begin by making the very simple tomato sauce, which just takes about 1 minute to put together. I'm going to add in half a cup of canned tomato sauce into a bowl, which is about 125 grams. Then we'll add in a generous tablespoon of canned tomato paste, which is about 20 grams. 1 tablespoon of garlic infused olive oil, which is about 15 milliliters. The one that I'm using is from Biazzo, truly one of the best garlic infused olive oils I've ever tasted. You'll find a link where you can get some in the description box below. We'll also add in half a teaspoon of dried oregano, which is half a gram. Half a teaspoon of dried basil, which once again is half a gram. A quarter teaspoon of dried thyme, which is about a quarter gram. 3/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder, which is about 1.5 grams. And we'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll whisk it together until everything's well mixed and then set it aside. For the next step, let's start assembling our grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm going to begin by spreading some butter at room temperature over a couple slices of white bread. Now to make these grilled cheese sandwiches, you can use other types of bread such as whole wheat, rye bread, or even gluten-free. Then we'll add in a couple slices of Havarti cheese over each slice of bread, making sure it's on the butter side. And you can use other cheeses here that you like, just make sure they easily melt. And we'll also add in 1 slice of cheddar cheese. Then we'll place the other piece of bread over the sandwich, making sure it's buttered side down. And we'll gently push down on each sandwich, that way it's nice and compact. Then we'll cut each sandwich into 4 evenly sized pieces. I like to cut them into triangles, but you can also cut them into squares. And we'll dip each sandwich first into some milk, then into some egg wash. This is basically 2 eggs that I whisk together. And finally into some breadcrumbs that I season with dry oregano and sea salt, and you want to make sure it's evenly coated all around. And we'll continue to coat the rest of the sandwiches in the same method until they're all done. For the final step, let's start cooking our grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in half a cup of sunflower oil, which is 120 milliliters. You can use other neutral oils here, such as canola oil. Once the oil is nice and hot, but as you can see it's not smoking, very important to be on a medium heat, I'm going to start adding the coated sandwiches into the pan, and you want to make sure they're on a single layer, so make sure to cook this in batches, that way you don't overcrowd the pan. After about 1.5 minutes, I'm going to start gently flipping the sandwiches to fry the other side. And that's the exact color you want right there, a beautiful golden fried color. After about 3 minutes, that's 1.5 minutes per side, I'm going to start removing the grilled cheese sandwiches from the pan and adding them over a wire rack with some paper towels underneath. And once again, you want to make sure they're on a single layer. And we'll cook our next batch of sandwiches in the exact same method. Once all the grilled cheese sandwiches are done, let's start plating our dish. I'm going to add in the tomato sauce into a serving plate, and we'll decorate the grilled cheese sandwiches around the sauce. And check it out, our crispy grilled cheese sandwiches are done. Super easy to make, the most basic ingredients, and truly the kind of grilled cheese that's gonna knock it out of the ballpark. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. All right, folks, time for the moment of truth. Let's see how these crispy grilled cheese sandwiches turned out. Cheese pool. This is so exciting. Let me try it with the simple tomato sauce. Next level stuff. I'm so sorry that I'm enjoying this so much. Like I told you at the beginning, this is one of my biggest weaknesses. So many great flavors, but the best part, easy to make in the simplest ingredients. Give you a try at home and I promise they're gonna drive you crazy because they're so good. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, David Anthony, Jean, Maybeth Robles, William Judd, and Manuel J. Rosales. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego. Doesn't get better than that. This is insane. Look at that. Oh, sorry, I'm being so rude enjoying this on camera. See you guys in the next video. Hasta luego.